Hi, I'm Helena and welcome back to the Good Food channel. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make this amazing festive glazed ham. It's made with a secret ingredient, so make sure you're following along to find out what it is. Let's get going. Let's get started. So for our ingredients, we have a 5 kilo unsmoked gammon joint. You can use smaller and you can use smoked, but this is what we have. We have some celery, carrot, garlic and onion for our aromats. Then we have some bay leaves, peppercorns and cloves, some salt, parsley and thyme. So what's fabulous about this recipe is it pretty much all comes together in one tray and you leave it in the oven and forget about it, which is perfect in the festive period when you have people bothering you and wanting your attention and a million other things to cook. So we're going in with our veg straight into the roasting tray. We need a good deep one. 2 celery, our carrots, and our onions unpeeled because it's all good flavour, and a garlic bulb that we've halved. Don't worry if the cloves fall out. Now in with 2 bay leaves. Bay leaves are one of my favourite herbs. I think they are delicious. So many people tell me they taste of nothing, bay leaves are a waste of time. Don't believe them. Bay leaves are great. Fresh bay leaves are great. Don't bother with the dried ones. In they go. Bay leaves are also fabulous in sweet things as well. In a custard tart, they're an absolute game changer, and I make these really great brown butter bay cakes that are absolutely delicious. Maybe the recipe will come soon, if you would like it. Right, on to the next step, and now in with our peppercorns and cloves, because it would not be Christmas without them. Loads of spices would work well in here. You could do white peppercorns, a cinnamon stick, a star anise if you fancy, anything you like. And now in with our thyme and our parsley. You could use rosemary if you like, but here we are, going in. Arrange that all beautifully. And now in with the star of our show, the ham. You could use a smaller ham than this. A 2.5 kilo ham would work really well, and you can just halve the cooking time when it goes into the oven. And then our gammon is already smoked, so it does have quite a strong salty flavour, but I am a bit of a sucker for salt and do really believe in seasoning. So we're just going to gently season around the vegetables. And now we go in with 750 ml of just boiled water. This is going to help create our stock underneath the ham. And now we wrap this in foil and get her in the oven. The extra wide foil is best. Recruit a family member to help lift the ham, because it is heavy, and wrap some foil underneath as well, because we're going to try and trap all the steam, which keeps our ham lovely and juicy. Nobody wants dry ham at Christmas. You can tell I do a horrible job of gift wrapping at Christmas, but try and get a nice tight seal around the ham. And now into the oven. Okay, our ham should be cooked now. It's been going for about 4 hours and we turned it down from 160 to 140 about halfway through. Shall we have a look at her? The big reveal. Woohoo! So our gammon's had about 4 hours. It's looking absolutely glorious, and all of our aromats have broken down and become lovely and softened, and it's created a really beautiful stock. That stock can be used in soups and stews. Freeze it into smaller portions if you like. It will be quite salty, so do make sure that you're not adding loads of salt to your other dishes because it might ruin it. But this will be delicious. And a gammon is a part of the pig that comes from the hind leg, so it's something that's done a lot of exercise. It really benefits from low and slow cooking so that you can break down all of that muscle, sinew and fibres that contributes to really juicy meat. And once you've been cooking meat, its fibres and its kind of flesh makeup tense up and become really tense like this. So we're going to rest it for half an hour so all of those juices redistribute and it becomes lovely and juicy and tender. And in the meantime, we'll make our glaze using our secret ingredient. Our ingredients for our glaze are some English mustard, some heather honey, some demerara sugar, some Chinese 5-spice, a tablespoon of dry sherry, and some cider vinegar. And of course, our secret ingredient, our red miso paste. Okay, we're going to make our glaze. It's very, very simple. Everything is going into the pan and we're going to simmer it for a few minutes. You could use Dijon mustard if you like, but English mustard has a real kick to it that complements the saltiness of the ham really well. In with our heather honey. Now we've gone posh and we've used heather honey, which is really beautiful and floral, but you could use runny honey or set honey, whatever you have works fine. In with some demerara sugar for a lovely bit of crunch. Some Chinese 5-spice. I love using Chinese 5-spice here because, as the name suggests, it has 5 spices in it, so it saves you buying loads of other spices. Some cider vinegar for a bit of acidity. Some sherry because it's Christmas. And now for our secret ingredient, red miso paste. Miso paste is made from fermented soybeans, and the red colour comes from a long fermentation, which gives it a really dark, funky umami flavour, perfect with the ham. So this has been simmering for about 3 to 4 minutes, and it's thickened slightly, kind of looks like a caramel sauce almost. And if you were to draw your finger through it, it would leave a mark. But it's going to be very hot, so I'm not going to do that. Our ham's rested for about 30 minutes, and now we're going to score and glaze it. I'm just going to take off the twine, like so. We kept the twine on during cooking to keep it in shape. And now we're going to use a sharp knife to remove the skin. We want to keep the layer of fat underneath because that's what we're going to be scoring, but the skin is kind of flabby and not very pleasant in texture, so we're going to get rid of it. Ta-da! All right, and now we're going to score our ham. So take your best chef's knife as sharp as possible. And what we're going to do is just use the tip of the knife to run it along in a diagonal pattern. And then we turn this around, like so, and begin on the other side. And that's what gives us our lovely diamond pattern. There we go, we've scored our ham, and as it bakes, all of the grooves of the cross-hatching that we've done will come through and it'll look really beautiful at the end. A proper Christmas centrepiece that you can bring to the table and everyone will be very impressed. We're gonna pop this in the oven now for 10 minutes at 160 to render out some of that fat, and then we'll come back and baste it with our beautiful glaze that we made earlier. To the oven. There we go. So we've rendered out some of that fat now, which has made the cross-hatching on the scoring more apparent. So it means that we can get loads of that lovely glaze in all the nooks and crannies, so it goes all sticky and delicious. So our glaze we made earlier has been sitting cooling for a while, so it's thickened quite a lot. So we're going to add a little bit onto our ham and get it back in the oven. And we're only using about 1/3 of the glaze, because we're going to keep basting it throughout the cooking process. And then use a pastry brush to coat it all over. And we're painting all of that cross-hatching that we've done all along the sides. I am so excited for this. Ham is my favourite part of the Christmas feast. I have many fond memories of stealing it out of the pan while it was cooking when I was a bit younger. Now we're ready to get that back in the oven. Look at this gorgeous ham. It looks so golden and caramelized, and we've got all of those lovely, gnarly, crispy bits. So we've got a final bit of glaze to go on before it goes back into the oven for a final 5 minutes. Ooh, I am so excited to eat this. This is our gorgeous ham. So we have been basting this with our lovely miso glaze every 15 minutes or so, and it's built up this lovely caramelized crust. It smells amazing and I can't wait to slice into it. This will serve about 15 to 20 people. You can cut it into thick slices, thin slices, however you'd like it. And it makes amazing leftover sandwiches, which are my favorite bit. We've got a lot more content coming your way. Drop a comment below and let me know what Christmas recipe you're most excited to make. And of course, head over to goodfood.com or download our app for all the full recipes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.